Beerus versus Jiren, the god of destruction's verdict. The battlefield is in ruins. Goku, exhausted and battered, struggles to stand against Jiren, who remains calm and composed. The gods and angels watch from the stands, their expressions serious. Beerus, however, remains unimpressed, arms crossed, observing with narrowed eyes. Act 1. The hype around Jiren. Whiz, smiling. Lord Beerus, Jiren's strength is remarkable, wouldn't you say? Some claim he has surpassed even the gods of destruction. Beerus, snorting. That's what they say, but I get to see anything worth my attention. Krillin, shocked. Ha! Not impressed. Jiren's untouchable. Goku's throwing everything at him, and it's not even phasing him. Beerus, watching closely. Strength alone doesn't impress me, Baldy. On the battlefield, Goku, barely able to stand, charges Jiren with what remains of his Ultra Instinct power. Jiren dodges effortlessly and lands a devastating punch, sending Goku skidding across the ground. Jiren stoic. It's over, son Goku. Strength is absolute. Beerus, smirking. And that's where you're wrong. A moment of silence. Jiren turns slightly, acknowledging Beerus for the first time. Act 2. The flaw in Jiren's philosophy. Jiren, calmly, you disagree, god of destruction. Beerus, tilting his head. Of course I do. You rely too much on power, thinking it's the only thing that matters. That's a mistake only amateurs make. Belmont, chuckling. Come now, Beerus. Jiren has surpassed even me. Surely, you must admit his power is unparalleled. Beerus, grinning slightly. Unparalleled? Hardly. I see a guy who put everything into training his body, and forgot to train his mind. Jiren's eyes flicker slightly, but he remains composed. Beerus, stepping forward. Tell me, Jiren, what have you actually done with all this power? The question lingers in the air. The arena falls silent. Even Goku watches intently. Act 3, true power versus absolute strength. Beerus, grinning. Strength alone doesn't make a warrior. It's how you use it. And you don't even know what you're fighting for. Jiren, voice steady. Power determines everything. Beerus, laughing. That's why you'll never impress me. Because unlike you, I don't just have power. I know how to wield it. Jiren's aura flares up, red energy crackling around him. He clenches his fists, sensing the challenge in Beerus' words. Jiren, low voice. If you doubt my strength, then step forward. The air grows heavy. The gods murmur among themselves. A moment of tension builds as Beerus finally unfolds his arms. Act 4. Beerus demonstrates the gap. With a lazy sigh, Beerus raises one hand and snaps his fingers. Instantly, a massive shockwave erupts from his body, an invisible force that distorts space itself. The ground beneath Jiren shatters into floating debris. The remaining fighters struggle to stay on their feet. Even Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza are forced to shield themselves from the overwhelming pressure. Jiren's eyes widen slightly. For the first time, he feels it. A presence beyond anything he has ever encountered. The raw, terrifying weight of a destroyer's power. Beerus, mocking, feeling it now, tough guy. Jiren steadies himself, pushing back against the force, his muscles straining. He clenches his fist and vanishes, reappearing in front of Beerus with a devastating punch aimed directly at his face. Beerus doesn't move. Instead, he lazily raises a single finger. The moment Jiren's fist makes contact, a deafening shockwave ripples through the arena. But Beerus doesn't budge. His feet remain firmly planted, his expression bored. Beerus, yawning. That's it. Jiren grits his teeth, pouring more energy into his punch. The force behind it is enough to warp space, but Beerus doesn't even blink. He flicks his finger, and Jiren is launched backward, crashing into a floating rock formation, coughing from the impact. Everyone in the stands goes silent. Even Belma's usual smugness fades into concern. Toppo, eyes wide. Impossible. Goku, stunned. He stopped Jiren with a finger. Whiz, smiling. Lord Beerus does tend to enjoy making a point. Jiren gets up, his expression unreadable. He clenches his fist again and powers up, red energy crackling around him. He vanishes, appearing behind Beerus and unleashing a rapid barrage of punches. Beerus doesn't even turn around. With a simple wave of his hand, an invisible force slams into Jiren, sending him skidding backward once again. Beerus, smirking. You're strong, Jiren. No doubt about it. Act 5, the final verdict. Beerus, crossing his arms. Let me tell you why you'll never surpass me. You spend your whole life chasing power for the sake of being strong. But real power isn't just about overwhelming others. It's about knowing when to use it, how to control it. That's what separates a warrior from a brute. Jiren remains silent, his fists clenched. He doesn't respond, but his eyes tell the truth. He knows Beerus is right. Beerus, grinning. Come back when you actually understand what strength is. Maybe then, I'll take you seriously. With that, Beerus turns his back on Jiren, signaling his disinterest. The fight continues, but Jiren is no longer the same. For the first time in his life, doubt lingers in his mind. He has met someone whose power is beyond mere numbers, beyond mere strength. And worst of all, he knows Beerus is holding back. The gods whisper among themselves, the impact of Beerus' demonstration shaking the very foundation of their beliefs. Krillin, whispering, Jiren's not the strongest after all. Piccolo, nodding, no, Beerus is still on another level. Whis, chuckling, well, I did say Lord Beerus was rather exceptional. The camera zooms in on Jiren, his expression unreadable. Then, it cuts to Beerus, lazily stretching as if nothing had happened, his tail flicking as he watches the battle unfold. Thanks for watching. Are you convinced? Is Beerus really the strongest? Please comment below, like and subscribe.